So what's been the most valuable thing you've gotten out of the last week plus, just since being put in that role?
Time. The time is very valuable. I mean, especially in the situation I'm in. Getting the job, obviously, but that's obviously been super valuable for me.
Jayden, where do you feel like you are, right now compared to when you first came in terms of just your understanding of the playbook, just understanding the system?
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you are in that process?
I think I've made huge strides. I ask a lot of questions. Coach Riley and Coach Ewart in the room obviously do such a great job coaching on their part. And it's just really up to me to go execute their plan, and they give it all to us. We just gotta go out there and execute.
Teammates just have kind of raved about your big arm. I'm curious for you growing up, starting as a quarterback, who are some of the inspirations maybe at the NFL collegiate level for you? Yeah,
definitely Marcus Mariota was a big jump for me. Also Tua, all those good guys. Randall Cunningham, when I was at UNLV, actually got to spoke to him. He had a really strong arm, so he was another guy that I look up to. But that's about it.
Obviously, Marcus and Tua were big quarterbacks in the Polynesian community. How would you describe just sort of like the fandom among guys like yourself growing up, seeing those guys have success when it is more rare for Polynesian?
No, for sure. It's definitely a truly blessing. It's all God's plan. It's God's timing. Being able to watch those two great quarterbacks play at the highest level there is, it's definitely a blessing for me. So,
how much do you look at this stretch as like a 3-4 game audition for next year? I'm just kind of knowing what's at stake based on how you play.
I think it's just taking it one game at a time, one day at a time, one practice at a time, one play at a time. So, just making our way up. Like I said before, is just falling in love with the process, and the outcome will take care of itself.
Jayden, you talked about this a little bit last week, but just, do you have a sense of the thought in the back of your mind of what it's going to mean to kind of the Polynesian community for you and Dylan to start against each other?
Yeah, Dylan, he's been playing great ball. It's definitely a blessing and a privilege to be the first Polynesian quarterback here at SC. It's big shoes for me to fill, but I think with the great team that we have, the great players, the great coaches that we have, it takes a lot off, so it makes my job easier.
You didn't start as a quarterback, right? Or was that the first position that you played at in football?
No, I actually started playing a linebacker and receiver. Okay. Yeah, and I realized I was too slow, so I went to the quarterback, and eventually had a big arm. But now I think I got my legs back. So.
Even when you're a linebacker receiver, are you still kind of idolizing Marcus Mariota, those guys?
Oh yeah, for sure. They're definitely great role models. Obviously, they've played great football throughout their career. I've definitely watched their game a lot, so it definitely helped me see the game better.
What's the process for you of kind of galvanizing the team around you? Do you speak to the whole team as a group last week, or how did you go about it?
I think just trying to slowly build my relationships. Throughout the whole season, I've been having relationships with everybody on a team. It's just a matter of actually just being present for them, actually letting them know that I'm here for them. I got my teammates' back, and yeah.
How valuable now is the chemistry you've built with the receivers staying up in practice?
Like I said, time is valuable right now for me. Just you guys probably seen it. Was getting extra work with Zach Branch, Makai Lemon, Jay Fair, all those guys. It's definitely, we're just trying to get a jump ahead and get a day ahead for the next opponent.
Any watch parties planned in Pololo?
No, probably for sure. I'll probably hear from them later on, but yeah, we'll go take care of business and what's hard. So.
How much did you come in? You mentioned throwing with those guys after practice. Was that just something you wanted to come in doing? If you've been doing that for a while, what was just kind of the idea behind that?
I think ever since I got to college, the preparation, the reps. There's so much important than high school football. You just go out there and play backyard football or whatnot. But definitely at the collegiate level, it's very important to build that relationship with your teammates and have the same chemistry throughout every play, every snap, and every day.
Is there anyone really significant you've heard from over the last week that's kind of reached out, maybe had advice, or just wanted to?
I don't really got anybody's number. I'm not really on social media, so nobody really reached out to me iMessage wise or email, so I don't know.
Anyone in your life, in your community, growing up, that was especially influential in terms of helping you become a quarterback?
My pops and my uncle was definitely big role models for me. At first, I didn't even want to play the position because I didn't think I had what it took to play the position, obviously. But I mean, they really pushed me and told me that I could do it. And as long as I put my mind to it, everything's going to take care of itself.
What gave you the impression, young, that you maybe didn't have what it took to be a...
Just do it. Why not? You know, just go out there and do it. You never know until you find out. So.
When did you believe that you do have what it takes?
I think earlier in my career, when my freshman year of high school was my first time ever playing quarterback, and my first reps in high school football was against Bishop Gorman, one of the top defenses in the country at that time, arguably. But so, I mean, I feel like I diced them up pretty well, and you know, I was pretty confident from then on.
Any game you remember, particularly watching Marcus or Tua, that really stands out?
It's definitely hard because they've played great ball every game. You know, they just go out there and execute plays at a high level, and they play at such a high level, and they keep themselves composed. So it's definitely hard to choose which game specifically because, I mean, all around they're just a great player on and off the field. So.
Let's do one more.
Have you had a chance to build a relationship with either of them?
Definitely Tua. I actually caught some footballs when I played receiver from Tua. So, yeah.